Testing 1, 2, 3.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Test
7.
CEC.
I'll raise you 6.
Okay. Okay, I guess I'll get us started. Welcome to the Cutting Edge Cosplay Podcast, where your fellow geek girls hang out and talk all things cosplay. As you can see, we have a different setup today, and joining us, but not quite in person with us, is TheRebeccaRose, because she moved away. And all of us, a few of us have moved. Yeah. So this is going to be our new setup and we're going to try streaming on Twitch soon. And we do have some episodes from last year that we have recorded and we haven't had the chance to edit, but we're going to sprinkle those around these Twitch episodes. So it's nice to see everyone again. It's been such a break and it's been a long time.
I know.
How have you guys been?
Good. Why don't we, Rebecca, do you want to tell us where you're at now?
Yeah, so I moved halfway across the freaking country. I am in Texas now, so I'm in the greater Houston area, and it was a freaking trip, and it's awesome here. We love it. We're unpacked, no more boxes. It's fantastic. And so, but yeah, this is a really interesting new format, and I hope that it works out. So far, so good. Everybody has missed the little amounts of technical difficulties that we had to get here, and we got it, guys. And I know it's going to be like so smooth from here, but super open to like suggestions as well if there's like things y'all want to change. But it's for sure. It's awesome, and I missed you guys so much.
Oh, we missed you too.
But the gang's back together, baby.
The gang's back together. Danny sent the glass, so I have the glass for all of y'all. Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
So we have a bunch of episodes already recorded that we'll be still sending out to you guys. We've got some great guest hosts that have lots of excellent stories to tell and things to say. And as we kind of get settled into this new format, you'll be seeing those episodes as well. But we've also got lots of other fun things to say that we'll be kind of bringing to you in this format.
As you can also see, our set has changed because another one of us has moved. Actually, 3 of the 4 of us have moved into different places in the last few months. So we do have a little bit more of a condensed area, but we still kept all of our lovely displays. And it seemed to be pretty good timing for losing our TheRebeccaRose.
Yeah.
We've got some great things coming your way this year. As the one person who stayed in their abode, I've actually been kind of making a bunch of really great changes to my place, and we're going to start streaming on Tuesdays, craft days with Bears. That's me. And so we've got as a group, we've got some great group cosplays planned for the year. And so on Tuesdays, you can join me on our streaming, which we will let you know what that is once we've got it set up, to be building to those group cosplays. We've got a great shoot coming up for our first group one. You don't get to watch me build it, but I've been posting to my stories.
Wait. Before that, technically our first one for the year was the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which hopefully you've seen photos from that. We've kind of been sprinkling those in one at a time. Some of us have put in some of the makings of, I know Bears had a super awesome build for her costume, which I thought was awesome. All handmade.
Yeah, all the armor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you notice, her skirt also has our logo on it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's in like a cool medieval-y font. So it made it really on
back
point.
to those pictures right after here just to like specifically look for that.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
check that out.
I noticed that just the other day, so I'm kind of proud of myself. But yeah, no, they look super awesome. I know I posted a video of like kind of a quick how I did my makeup and all of that. So you'll kind of keep seeing some of those sprinkled in. But then
and Rebecca did, is it macrame? Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Were you like
did macrame?
Yeah,
I learned macrame. I had no idea what the heck that was.
Okay,
Like
so
body
for
harness type
the
thing.
4 Horsemen, I was war,
pestilence,
death,
Famine.
and we all got really into it. I feel like we did a really great job of showcasing our talents. Like, I am not super comfortable with sewing, but I love making some armor. So I knocked out that armor in like a week.
Oh my God,
I didn't give myself much time to do it, but
there was so much going on there. That's impressive.
Yeah. And then Rebecca learned how to macrame from scratch. We had a reference photo that we were working off of, and she saw it and she was like, you know what? I could fake it out, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do this from scratch.
So the funny thing though is I was talking with Bears, I think it was just a couple days before, and I gave a few suggestions on something, and she was just like, oh, I don't think that's glamour enough for what we're going for. And I was like, wait, we're going for glamour? Coming from the pestilence side of thing, I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to be like a total wreck. Oh. And then I see what everyone else is putting together. I'm like, ooh, well, I guess I kind of fit the theme. So
no, you pulled it together.
Yeah. Sure.
It was really cool to get like the special effects makeup in there too. Mine was very last minute, so you didn't see what I was doing.
So the funny thing is, when we were doing the photo shoot, luckily they were all individual shoots, and we were kind of ordering people based off of when your shipments were supposed to come in for like your prop.
So mine was completely last because it was still arriving in the mail as we were doing the photo shoot.
And that happens sometimes.
It was literally being delivered during the photo shoot. Yeah. And it was so funny because she had one prop that she was really excited for that was going to be coming from Amazon. And she was showing me pictures of it. It was this scythe that had like this really cool, like the handle was a backbone and the front was like this spiky like bird head bone thing.
Skull, yeah.
And it arrives. And the box is about this big. And we're like, maybe you have to put it together.
Some assembly required, maybe? No, this thing had no assembly required. It was just very disappointing.
Miniature.
Yeah. So I ended up having to reshoot. I mean, we did take some pictures with it, but it was just so small and it was kind of embarrassing. Like, I was like, this is not, it was embarrassing.
Not it.
So yeah, like I ended up reshooting.
Those tiny bones.
I ended up reshooting that shoot. I mean, there was some good photos from that first one, but I mean, what can you expect from having it last minute like that? But my second scythe that I got was excellent and I really like it.
Oh, it looks so nice.
But then I also noticed, Rebecca, you had, not only did you do the macrame on the what is it? Like
chest piece kind of thing? Like a
harnessy type
harness?
Yeah,
harness.
So you did like the arm things as well, which was
so pretty.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I had never worked with interfacing before, which if you're not a sewer, like I'm not a sewer, interfacing is the stuff that makes the fabric sturdier and like holds its own. And so it's like this white mesh kind of a thing. And there's different like sturdiness that you can get for it. And so I got some interfacing because I knew I wanted to do like the corset lace up parts of the sleeve. And I knew if it wasn't sturdy fabric that it was going to pucker or like just not lay right.
Okay.
And so I put that on there, figured it out. And it was way easier than I thought. Thank God. And then I knew that would be able to be sturdy enough to hold the little eyelets.
Yeah.
And then it was just a matter of lacing it up and it held really nicely. So, but I had to match the fabric to the dress. So I'm like that weirdo bringing a whole dress in my arms that just, for all intents and purposes, looks like just a bundle of fabric. And so I'm like trying to color match it. And I'm like, I swear I'm not stealing fabric and color matching. It was a whole thing, but I got a color that was pretty dang close. And so yeah, I
thought you just cut
how
up
to make those from scratch.
Wow.
I thought it was all out of the same fabric.
Yeah,
too.
I did not notice the difference.
Today I learned.
Nope. Wow. Different. Yep.
Oh my gosh. So we had all decided to do this cosplay. Well, we had gone on our girls trip like early last year.
No, it was in June.
Month?
It was in
okay,
June.
June. Well,
mid last year.
Time's
It was
not real.
Very mid last year.
And so it was a really fun trip and we were all like being drunk, going out to dinner, and we were like thinking of all these ideas for things that we should do later. And that just ended up like, oh, you should see this picture. And like, we were just like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, but make it pretty. Like what? Yeah. How do we do that? And then we saw this incredible artist.
The make it pretty part.
Yeah. Oh, girl, you're pretty.
Yours is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just the skin falling apart. It was fine.
It's beautiful.
Make that pretty. So yeah, that's kind of like how it came to be when all of us were like kind of like drunk and arguing like who we think we should be. And I was like, I like anime, so I should be the person that like one that's like has like the anime like Japanese dress. And I was like, I don't know anything about this, but that looks cool. And I'm gonna do that. And then she's like, I want to do pestilence because then I could do like, you know, special effects stuff. And then Bears was like, oh, like I need to do the armor. I mean, every single person of like, we just kind of really gravitated towards one of those characters. And so it worked out really well. Yeah. And it was like such a great way to like start the year of our cosplay.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Also, I felt like personality wise, it made sense too. Like I'm a little... I can be a little feisty. So war made sense for me. And a little bossy. And I like to do all the armor and stuff. And I could hide the cloth underneath the armor because sewing is something that I'm struggling with.
Personality-wise, so am I the one that just likes to share sickness?
Oh, gosh.
It's like, yeah.
No.
You just got a real sick personality.
Yeah. Oh, Rebecca's just very judgy sick over here with the like scales.
Right, just like,
yeah.
She's thick, she's sick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So our next cosplay that we're going to be working on is Disney princesses, but not in their full glory of being princesses, in their former glory of being peasants. So it's the peasant versions of all of them.
We're going to be one with the people.
Yeah. The way you see them through the majority of their storylines.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. It was really fun. It was fun to like try to like brainstorm ideas for this year for what we should do because we have so many ideas, which is great because we can use them for like future years. But this one was just like, I feel like cosplay, you want to show off, you know, you want to be the prettiest, the best that you can be. But it was just kind of fun to be like, nope, let's just cosplay peasants.
Well, and the perfect thing is we do it like in spring, like it'll release in spring for spring cleaning. And we're all going to be in our cleaning outfits.
Exactly.
So it'll be perfect.
Maids.
Yes. Before we realized our royal selves.
And to that end, if you guys have any ideas of groups of 4 that you want to see us cosplay, we're always open to ideas. But I'm really excited for the Disney princesses. First of all, yet another Snow White for me to cosplay, which she's my favorite. She's my absolute favorite. And so it's been really fun to put together the Peasant Snow White. I think we're going to be talking a little bit more about construction and how we put it together, our outfits, in the next episode. So keep an eye out for that. But it's been really challenging in really cool ways. So I'm really excited for those to come out.
Yeah, I got a wig I'm going to do Aurora. And so I have a wig and I have to do the bangs. Like the bangs are like the cream of the crop in these like Disney peoples. And I know Rebecca had gotten Ariel and special
and her bangs are like a straight up visor, right?
Yeah. So I'm so excited to like see how the hair, like just like, because I don't have a lot of experience styling wigs, but I feel like this cosplay is going to be like the introduction where I actually have to learn how.
I'm excited to see the progress because wig styling, I've done a little bit of it on my own stuff. The people on YouTube make it look so easy.
Oh, they do.
For real.
And it's okay. And it's not like it's doable. You can do it. It's just a little bit more technical than you think. So I think you're going to be fine. She's got this. She's got this.
She's got this. She's got this.
I'm just doing my own hair. I have
thoughts about like Ariel too, because like I've cosplayed Ariel before and I wanted to do a lot of upgrades to her, and so this is a great opportunity for that. But I knew I wanted to commission her wig, and luckily I knew exactly who I wanted to commission it from because this person also did my Rapunzel wig, which
was gorgeous,
is huge. And so I was like, it has to be her. But like, I just having the bangs be perfect and not look like I just straight up plastered them in glue. I can't do that yet. I'm not there yet. And so that was what I had to commission out for.
Have you tried it on yet?
I haven't tried the wig on yet.
Oh, okay.
I have, interestingly enough, I think I have all of the pieces and I just haven't tried them all together yet. So we'll see. We'll get there.
So
can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be so fun.
Me too.
That's kind of the fun thing about having you so far away is that it's all like so new and exciting.
Yeah. So we're going to have to do, so this is another thing that's going to be new for us is doing our photo shoots, but with the 4 of us. And so since we all can't be together in the same room at the same time, it's going to be a lot more of like individual shots, and then like maybe photo editing, like backgrounds and stuff. So that's kind of like another skill set that we'll be learning. But honestly, like our main platform for the way that we share our photos is Instagram, and they're little tiny squares. So I feel like to have individual shots is a little bit better anyways, just to be able to see the details of all the work for the cosplays and things like that. So it's going to be a bit different than last year, but I don't know. I think it's a good change.
I think it'll be fun to try to like get us all into the same, like just Photoshop us all together.
Mm-hmm.
We're like the Postal Service, but cosplay.
Oh, God.
But try to like match poses too.
Yeah.
For certain
I mean, we
things.
did a good job for the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse thing to get us all into one. So that was fun. And, yeah, the lighting was good, similar.
Mm-hmm.
We did it. We did it. So another thing that's new, that's kind of a recent update, that will happen yearly is all of our birthdays.
Hey, new thing. We changed our birthdays to all be in the same month.
Yeah.
We've never had one before, but here we go.
Yeah. So 2 of us had birthdays in December and 2 of us had birthdays in January.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We're all within just about a month of each other, which is really exciting.
It's so fun.
Wild, yeah.
We need to have like a birthday stream. Maybe we do a birthday live stream in the middle of December. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Whose birthday was first?
Mine was first.
Okay.
My birthday's December 11th. Put it on your calendar.
Oh, no.
And so this year for my birthday, I actually went to Evermore in Utah, which is this adventure park that is completely, it's like built this way. It's permanently built, little like practically a D&D city, right? And you go through, and they don't really give you any instructions when you go in, and they have like actors who are all dressed up. All of the actors are completely in character the entire time. I was really impressed. And you just talk to them. You talk to the actors who are they're all playing the part of like one of the factions that is living in the city. So I went around Christmas time. So we were going into there was like a gingerbread guild and a peppermint guild.
So
there was werewolves that were there. They had their own guild that you could join. And to join the guilds, you had to interact with one of the characters, and they give you a couple of tasks that you have to complete. And it was so immersive and so fun. And there's also a plot line that's happening where, and again, when you walk into this park, they don't tell you anything. You have to go out and interact. And you slowly start piecing together the story that they're telling this season. And I will tell you this. My partner and I entered right when it opened. We were there for 4 hours. We got through a lot of the story, but we did not solve the mystery. It's one of those places that you can keep going back and like getting more and more info and talking to different people and hearing the different sides of the story. And it was incredible. The outfits were amazing. The layout was beautiful. Like I said, it's incredibly immersive. The actors never broke character. The kinds of like adventures that they send you on are like, it's like Disneyland, but for D&D nerds. It was incredible. I had so much fun. Oh man.
What was your favorite adventure that you went on?
We had to go through a crypt and try to find Krampus.
What? That's so cool.
And so you have to enter into and they have like skeletons on the walls, and some of them would come out at you and some of them wouldn't. And they had like little like whispery tendrils coming off the ceiling, so it felt really like old and spooky. And they were like, you had to reach into one of the coffins.
That's so cool.
And I reached in and nothing happened. My partner reached in and something did happen. And so it was like, oh, it's different. It's not like it's just an automatic thing that happens. It was like, it was like, oh, it was so cool. And the lights were incredible. It doesn't open until the nighttime. So it was like, you know, it was Christmas time. So they had all of these like Christmassy lights and like, I don't know.
So it opened at like 4.
I know. It's Utah. Everything closes by 7. Just kidding. This place was great. The food was great. The drinks were great. They didn't have alcoholic beverages, but the hot chocolate was some of the best hot chocolate I've ever had. They had ice skating.
Oh,
they had
fun.
archery and sword fighting. They had a little train that went all around so you could like just see what all that was going on. They had great things to take pictures with. Oh my gosh, I was so impressed. So I think that as a group we should all go and do every season they have a different every season they have a different story. And so I bet right now it's not even the same one that I went to. So maybe in summertime or Halloween or something.
Yeah, that would be
do
so
a group
fun.
Girls trip.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm super down.
I was so impressed. And I dressed up like a little wintry elf. And
you looked so cute.
Yeah,
Cute.
that was such a cute.
And as I was walking around, actually a lot of people dressed up. And I saw a lot of cosplayers there too, which was really cool. They completely welcome it. Like, come dressed up. That's what they want. They want everybody to feel really like involved. # not sponsored. But like the princess who had this beautiful dress with like gems and a tiara, she looked down to me as I was kind of walking by. I didn't even notice her. And she's like, "You there, elf. You are so beautiful. Come to me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So validating.
Yeah.
So yes, highly recommend Evermore Park, Utah. Just outside of Salt Lake City. It was great. I loved it.
Looking forward to going.
So I believe mine is the next one. So my birthday is Christmas Eve. So I don't actually celebrate it in December. I grew up celebrating my birthday on my half birthday because everyone else is normally busy with a different holiday.
Which one?
When mine pops up, just it's a little thing called Christmas. So, and I've got multiple siblings, and I think my mom was just kind of more realistic with, I can't do a birthday and Christmas at the same time. You should have your own day. And I have a summer birthday, so you should have a summer birthday. So we celebrate on my half birthday. So, but the one thing that we do to kind of acknowledge that I've become a year older is go to a movie with like my whole family, but a movie of my choice. So, my poor mother, she is not very into all of the horror stuff that all of the rest of my family is into, but sweet as can be, she still managed to stomach what I put her through. So we went to go see a movie called The Mean One, which is basically a horror version of The Grinch. But obviously they don't have the right licensing to be able to even say The Grinch. So they would ask, what is this monster that's running around? And, oh, well, some people call him Mr. Finch. I have an order for Mr. Finch.
Oh, no.
And different things like that. So it was really funny, super just cheesy, like absolute like D level movie, but very fun. All of my immediate family came to watch, and it was a fun time. So that was how I celebrated my birthday. Not quite as extreme, but it will be a bit more extreme in June when we can do like a beer Olympics or something fun, summery.
Can you explain beer Olympics to me?
Well, all those like silly little drinking games that you might have played in college and stuff. It's basically like a competitive version of all of those kind of in succession with like different teams and individuals, and it'll be a great time. So still putting the details together, but it'll be great.
Okay, I think Rebecca's next for her birthday. I think it's before mine.
Yes, I am. Yeah, so mine was January 12th, so a month and a day after Bears. And so it was right smack dab in the middle of the week. And so didn't do a whole lot like on my birthday. We did watch the Titanic because
happy birthday. A 5-hour movie
on your birthday, right? So depressing. But it's because my boyfriend hadn't seen it yet. And every time that we talk about like, you've got to see this, it's a classic, you need to see Baby Leo. It would just be like, quote unquote, Baby Leo. And so every time we would talk about it, it would kind of get pushed off to another day. And I was like, aha, on my birthday, I have full power of what movie we're going to watch. So we're going to watch the Titanic. And we did, and it was great. And then over the weekend is when I actually like went out, and we went to some bars in the Houston area. And then we went to a sushi place, which was very good. At first, like, I know one of my concerns coming here after coming from the Pacific Northwest was like, how is the sushi? Right? Because we are so spoiled with great sushi up in the Pacific Northwest. And so we found this fantastic spot down here, and it was very, very good. So I was very pleasantly surprised. So drinks and sushi with some friends, kind of had a combined birthday with one of my friends whose birthday is the day before mine.
Oh, nice.
And so we both went out, and it was really, really nice.
Oh, nice. Fun.
Yeah.
So my birthday was also in the middle of the week. It was on a Thursday. It was January 19th. And
it's like an honorary weekend day.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It is.
It just like
it's like an early start to the
out of
weekend.
it. Take Friday off to deal with your hangover or whatever you're doing.
No, I actually still went to work the next day, but I'm sure nobody had great expectations for me the next day because everybody knew what I was doing. So Bears and I, well, Bears was so nice to buy us tickets to go see a cabaret show at the Can in downtown Seattle, like in Pike Place. And I haven't been there to see a show since like 2015. And so I knew that it had changed. The venue had changed. They like changed it. They moved to the other side of the block. And now it's kind of this crazy like V shape where there's like little stages that go on either end. And then the center is like the center stage. And there are these bars above the stages where they can do like acrobatics and like jumps and stuff. And it's like crazy. It's so entertaining, but it's still very like small and up close and personal, like with the actors and everything. And it was so fun. It was Heart of Hearts or Hearts of Hearts?
House of Hearts.
House of Hearts, yeah. And it was Valentine's Day themed, but it was like telling the story of kind of like Alice in Wonderland-ish, but there was like the Queen of Hearts, and then she got obsessed with herself, like seeing herself in this mirror. It was like an evil mirror, and her daughter and the jester fell in love, and she was forbidding love across the land because everybody needed to worship her.
Yeah,
she was
the
beautiful.
only person that you can love is the queen.
Yeah. And then so there was like this whole dance burlesque story that was being told through that, and like singing, and everyone was like so talented, and it was so fun, and there was food, we had wine, we had like themed cocktails. It was just a blast, and everybody was celebrating their birthdays. Like I think January 19th is just a very common day for people to have birthdays, because there was this like 70-year-old celebrating his birthday, and he was wearing this very loud, sparkly, sequined, bright red shirt.
Go for it.
He looked like he was like 50s, maybe at the latest. Even the jester was like, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You're turning 70. And he was so sweet. He came over to our table and he like wished me a happy birthday, and we were all like celebrating together. It was really fun. And it was such a fun, upbeat like show. And the singers were just incredible. And yeah, they kind of every season they have new shows there, and it was just so cool to see the new venue and everything. And my coworker wants to go. She's like, she tried to get tickets, but they said that they were sold out on Valentine's Day. But she's like, I'm going to try another day to go. I was like, you have to. It was fun. It was really
so
fun.
good. They're so talented.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
We're so good at things, man. Yeah, that was really fun. So
thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Very welcome. What's next on our list?
So I know, Bears, you've been planning. I have heard that you have been planning on kind of changing up your garage a bit more to be more streaming friendly.
Yes.
So how is that going? What challenges are you running into, and like what's kind of the progress update?
So all of my furniture was originally stuff that I pulled off the side of the road. And that is coming back to bite me. So I decided,
oh no.
Danny and I were kind of plotting about mid last year of like, more content that we can bring to you guys and kind of like get you more involved in our lives. We want to have a little community and have a little like more interaction with our listeners and our followers. And so one of the things that we talked about was I'm crafting all the time. So I might as well bring you guys into it and start streaming. The second that we decided to do that, one of my items that I found on the side of the road is a dresser. And it's where I keep my wigs and my wig supplies and my special effects stuff and like random jewelry items and things. Just in there. I dread to think the day where I show you my organization. Oh.
It's rough.
It's all there. I know where it's at.
Might be a while to find some of those items, but
it's easier now because it's all on the floor. And the reason for that is because the dresser that I was using was something, like I said, 15 times just now. I found it on the side of the road. It was free, the best price a thing can be. And it worked really well for actually a really long time. I've had it for probably 7 or 8 years now. And right when we decided to start streaming, the rails, which, you know how when you put a drawer into a dresser, it has those rails that hold it on the side?
Yeah.
Well, those are made of plastic on this thing. And because I put so much stuff in it, just maximizing the efficiency of my dressers, one by one, those plastic rails have started cracking. And so at one point I was trying to work on my Akali wig, and so I had my wig all set up on the wig head, and I needed to get some of that glue stuff, the got to be. And I opened the drawer, and mid-open, it goes... And that's when I found out that those were plastic. And so that goes on the floor. And then underneath that, I have like all my tights and leggings and stretchy pants and things like that. And that fell on top of the thing below it. And then I have a drawer full of special effects stuff, and that is now on the floor. So basically, I've got a pile of useless drawers because they're also too heavy for me to pick up. So what I'm going to need to do before I start streaming is set up my new dresser, which actually, I just got an alert, arrived just now. Oh, wow. And so I need to set up my new dresser, my new fancy one that I paid money for. Mr. Moneybags over here.
Ooh, more than free.
I would have 5-finger discounted it, but it was bigger than me. Just kidding. Oh, no. I would never. And so I need to kind of go through it too. And like, I've got wigs that I have never worn, and I know I never will. And I have a bunch of special effects stuff that is going to mysteriously end up on Bunny's front porch, and just all kinds of stuff that like I probably won't use. Needs to go, and I need to make this space a little bit more efficient. And
I've already taken a bunch of your special effects.
Yeah. And yet,
there's more.
But wait, I actually may have Danny come over and help me organize because she is a queen. I don't know. You can't see the space we're in, but it is perfect. Everything is it's got its place to be. It's perfect. So I might have her come and help me out with that a little bit. I have a camera picked out. I haven't ordered it yet, but that should be coming in the next month or so. So we're looking at probably early March. I'll start actually getting some stuff up for you guys to come and hang out and watch us craft.
That's so exciting.
So every once in a while, Danny or Bunny might come and craft too, but it's mostly going to be hanging out with me. So if you like me.
Then
we'll be there.
Yeah. Come hang out. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. And it's always motivating for me. Like, I am definitely an extrovert. So, like, crafting by myself can be a little, like, I don't know. I kind of get spaced out a little bit. And so having people actually hang out and, like, chit-chat while I'm doing it will be really helpful for me. And so I think it'll be great. I'm really excited to, like, have friends while I'm crafting.
That's fun. Rebecca, how's your new space coming along? Now you have like a whole cosplay room with like your mannequins and everything.
I know. It's great. Honestly, so I'm pretty sure this was the first room to be completed in our whole house.
Oh my gosh.
Priorities.
Priorities.
I know, priorities. I think part of it was just because like the majority of it is bins for like organizing all my cosplays and stuff. So it was like, get those in the closet, put the, you know, the mannequins up and get the lights, you know, where they need to be. And so in a lot of ways, it was the easiest room to put together too.
Oh, okay.
But it's so nice to have this room. I think it's about the same size as my other cosplay room was, but for some reason
it feels like
works
it's bigger.
Better.
Oh, okay.
It feels that way, I think, but I don't know for certain. The closet is definitely bigger, and I think that helps a lot.
Oh, okay.
But it's so awesome and wonderful to have this setup, and I want to like keep improving it. Like there are different soft boxes that I want to get and just like keep upgrading. I upgraded my phone, which was nerve-wracking. I don't know if anyone gets like as nervous as I do when it comes to changing phones, because I'm just like, I'm gonna lose everything, all my pictures will be gone, and I just freak out about it. And so I got the Pixel 7 Pro.
Nice.
Which has been treating me really well, so that's great. But so making little updates and upgrades around my creating room. Like I'm looking right here and I have these little lights.
Oh, those are so cute.
It's nice. It's little things that really add up, but it's nice to be in a space like this for sure.
How exciting.
And to be in a house rather than an apartment. So like if I'm crafting and I want to blast metal music, I will. You know, I just will. It's nice. Or if I'm like, I have a garage, and so now if I'm hammering grommets or anything like that, I just go ahead and I'm not like feeling bad about banging on the floor that's somebody else's ceiling.
Oh, yeah. It's like at 9 p.m. Is this after curfew?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So a lot more freedom there too.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's and it's warm enough to spray paint like all year, which is really nice.
Oh my God.
Because Bears, you probably relate to this too, where plasti dip or things like that have to be sprayed at a certain temperature to go on smooth. And it's nice to just kind of have that exist, except for maybe a couple of days.
I'll be honest, I don't even use plasti dip anymore because it's so temperamental and our weather is so extreme. I don't even use it.
Go for it. Yeah.
I find other ways of priming. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm really jealous that you're able to just have a level temperature now. That's great. I'm so excited for you.
So convenient. I wish that for the Pacific Northwest, because I didn't realize how finicky it was until I got down here and I was like, oh, it's fine. I could just do it. But when it's summer and humid, maybe that would mess with the paint too. So okay. We'll see. We'll find out.
Ooh. So I know that the Pacific Northwest has a lot of conventions, actually. We've got lots of little local ones, and then we have the bigger, like Emerald City Comic Con is coming up in about a month, SakuraCon, PAX. Are there any near you?
Only a few that I'm aware of, which is surprising because you're like, Texas is huge. Yeah. So a big state, more convention, but I haven't experienced that yet, though I would love to be proven wrong. So if you're listening to this and you know about Texas conventions, DM me immediately. But I know Comic Palooza is one that's down here, which I think is in June. And when I go to that one, I think we're going to do an Overwatch group and like an Aquafam kind of group. And so that'll be good. And I think there might be, is PAX South here?
January. San Antonio.
Yeah.
San Antonio. Okay. So it's a pretty good stone's throw away, but same state.
San Antonio is one of my favorite places to visit.
It's great.
Totally
it's beautiful. Yeah. So that's technically here, even though I think it's probably 5 or 6 hours.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a big ass state. Everything, you have to drive for everything here. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of Ren fairs. And so, you know, we moved here in the first week of November. And that was like right in the middle of Ren fair season. And so we just went for like 3 weekends straight.
Oh, that's
which was
so
awesome.
Fun.
We went to TRF, Texas Renaissance Festival, for 3 weekends straight. Sherwood is coming up, which is towards the Dallas-ish area. And so we'll be going to that in March. And so kind of a mix of both conventions and Ren fairs, but I think there's fewer than Washington, which is interesting.
Maybe more of like a Ren fair vibe versus, because here I feel like it's more like tech, video games, comics, where I think maybe in Texas is more of the outdoorsy, like fantasy. There's probably a lot of LARPing and that kind of stuff out there.
There is.
Yeah.
I mean, here it's kind of more, oh, it's raining again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the
True.
2 weeks that we might have some sun.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So I'm sure like if they had indoor conventions here, I'm sure they would be huge because they're probably air conditioned and we want to escape the heat. And so
No, what's interesting actually, Danny and I went to PAX South
for my 30th birthday a few years ago.
It hasn't happened yet.
What, next year?
Oh, yeah.
in 5 years. Got it.
I was flabbergasted because I've only ever been to PAX West. Where are we? Northwest.
Where are we?
PAX West. PAX Prime. And it's gigantic. It takes multiple hotels. It wasn't last year. To be
or
fair.
the year before. COVID kind of changed things, but I
think it's gonna be back to it this year or next year. But anyways, it was gigantic. It takes up the entire city of Seattle. And so that's what I was expecting when I went to PAX South. And it's not that. It's tiny. It's tiny. It would be more akin to almost Geek Girl Con. I was shocked.
Really?
Because I was thinking Texas, right? But it was one room of the convention center, right? Pretty much. It was just that big conference room.
It was multiple floors, but there were the centers. Like there was the old gaming console center, but it was one room, like maybe one ballroom for the gaming, and then one ballroom, like maybe in the same room, but just kind of cut in half for like tabletop gaming. So yeah, I mean, it was good for my first PAX experience because I never had gone before, and I don't even think I cosplayed at all. So I mean, it was great to get me introduced to what it had to offer. But yeah, when we started going to the one here, I started like, whoa, like this is like different. One hotel for gaming, for console gaming, one hotel for tabletop gaming.
Yeah. So
right.
I was pretty surprised. I thought everything was bigger in Texas, but not PAX.
I just
But the cosplays were incredible. I will say that. They were really top tier. So Texas cosplayers.
I just Googled like the size of Comic Palooza and it looks like it's about 50,000. And then I looked at Emerald City, which is 100,000. So it's about half the size.
Okay.
That's still a pretty good size though.
It's still big, so it's still a good size. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we found one thing that is smaller in Texas.
Well, when
Up your game, Texas.
Yeah, come on. Get with it.
When I lived in Chicago, we had gone to multiple conventions, like all they had to offer. And we had gone to C2E2, I think that's what it's called. And that's like their, it's the same company. It's like a sister convention of Emerald City Comic Con. And it was small. It was very small. Smaller than PAX South.
I thought that was supposed to be like the really big thing.
And that is the biggest convention there. So it's just kind of interesting in the Midwest. Like the states are bigger, but I don't know, like maybe like there's less people to like, nerd out at one place because they're more spread out. I'm not really sure, but on the West Coast, there's a lot of nerds and there's not a lot of space. So I think that's kind of why like our conventions are so like dense with population.
Maybe it's because there's more tech people here.
Yeah, because if you think about it, there's Microsoft and
Google,
like more people who like games, and there's not a lot to do because it's so snowy and cold in the winter time. So you can just sit and read your graphic novels and comic books and stuff.
Even like, are you gone to an anime convention over there too? And anime is pretty big over there, but that was still a lot smaller. Like we were so spoiled with like SakuraCon and stuff here. So I mean, I'm hoping to go to that this year. I didn't get to go last year, but I'm like, I want to go back. It's been many years since I've gone, so that'll be fun.
You should totally go this year.
Yeah. I have a lot of anime cosplays now, so we'll go.
You got some really cute ones. Your Genshin Impact one is really cute too.
Oh yeah,
I like Zelda.
The Zelda one, yeah. I think I might be a little too warm though in the convention floor wearing that like jacket.
But it was good in the snow.
It was, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Those pictures are beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, that was really fun to like have like an environmental shoot. So we had gone again for my birthday, like leaving for my birthday. It was like kind of a month thing. It wasn't on my birthday, but we got a group together and we went to Leavenworth, Washington. And I was like, I gotta squeeze in a cosplay shoot before we go out to Leavenworth. And I had looked up before to like go to like a ranch and like do like horseback riding and stuff because I really wanted to get some pictures on a horse. But it just like didn't line up with their hours that they were open when we were going to be there, and I didn't really give myself enough time in advance to set something up. But that is something that I kind of want to do in the future. They also have a reindeer farm there, which I thought would really be cool to like be dressed up in like a very wintry fantasy outfit cosplay and then like be amongst the animals. But yeah, for Zelda, like that like, I don't know, flashback that you get in the scene, the outfit that I had cosplayed, she's riding her horse. So I was like, oh, but it has to be a white horse. And then I have to get the whole like purple reins on the horse. I'm like, that's not going to happen. So I just felt like it was just better to just skip the horse. Because I mean, it's going to be a completely different color. But yeah, no, it was really fun. Like the snow was so deep there. Like when I would like have to be really careful when I was like walking on the snow, because if my foot went through, it would go all the way past my knees. Like it was so deep. And then it would just take, when I like yank my leg out, it would like yank off the little like fur boot thing. And I was like, okay, so I have to adjust my cosplay all the time. But it was really pretty, and it was just fun to be out in the elements and having that be like in the background and stuff. I was like, I don't really have a lot of outdoor shoot like cosplays. So I was like, oh, that's definitely one of my like, I don't know, cosplay goals and like New Year's resolutions, just to get outside more. It just adds a lot, I think, to the pictures. Yeah. So I think our Disney ones we'll have to go outside for.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
We'll have to find a wishing well.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I think I need a large fireplace.
Oh, that's true too. I mean, if we're cleaning, yeah, maybe a stone room, a barren stone room.
We'll figure something out. So do we want to talk about any of the other cosplays that we have planned this year, or are they going to be a secret?
Let's reveal them as we go.
Okay.
So,
we can say that we did plan out our year ahead of time.
Yeah, we've got some quarterly happenings for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited about that.
But we're also eager to hear what you're interested in seeing us do. So please share your thoughts or suggestions, and we'll do our best to accommodate.
Who do we look like? What should we cosplay?
Who are you excited to see?
Or like worlds. What kind of, like, do you want to see us put into a specific game, or like a specific, like, I don't know. This is not something that we have got planned out, but do you want to see us do like Borderlands style looks, or like, you know, like tell us your vibe that you want to see us do. Like,
yeah, is there a genre that we haven't done that you really want to see us try to do?
Do you want to do the outro, or do you want me to do it?
I can do my best. So please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of the things that we're on. And feel free to join our Patreon. Always looking for more people there. You get extra perks. We try to keep you up to date with what we're doing and give you extra behind the scenes stuff. But thank you so much for those who are Patreons already. We hope we can give you as much content as you're hoping for in the coming year, and it should be a lot easier with our new setup. It's a little bit more casual now, but hopefully it should be much more quick to your fingertips than it has been in the past. Along with eyeballs. Yes, straight to your eyeballs, as well as sprinkling in a lot of the stuff that we filmed last year and just haven't quite gotten out to you yet. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.